Almost had me that time, Connor. You deserve a reward.
One of the great things about the DC animated TV show Young Justice is that it deals with slightly older themes than other cartoons, especially ones like Teen Titans Go.
I get to pinch all of you!
Not Robin. He wears the green pants.
You can pinch me if you want, Starfire.
That would not be in accordance with the pinch rules.
How about now?
No, thank you.
Young Justice is just a bit more sophisticated in its content, and relationships are a large part of these themes, but it does beg the question, who has dated who and who has had sex with who? This video is going to answer those questions, though it will only focus on the main Young Justice team and not the Justice League, as the only couples that we know of for sure in the Justice League are Hawkman and Hawkgirl and Black Canary and Green Arrow, but we just don't see enough of the others to know their dating status. So, first up is Aqualad, who actually gets a rather raw deal in the relationship department. The girl he loved the most, Tula, chose his best friend Gar over him.
There's something I must...
Please, Tula, I have made a decision to stay in Atlantis with you, because of you.
Calder, I'm sorry. We wanted to tell you sooner, but Garth and I, we are together.
This wasn't really his fault, but more because of being Aquaman's sidekick meant that he was on the surface world more than Atlantis, and so he and Tula just grew apart over time.
You speak as if I have been gone for years, but it has only been
2 months.
that long.
Apart from Tula, the only relationship he has had is with Rocket. Since they were both in their late teens when they got together, it makes sense that they slept together. Though I must say that them being together is just hinted at in the last episode of Season 1, and not explicitly stated. But it makes sense to happen as they have an obvious attraction.
Welcome to our world.
Well, I suppose there's an upside too.
And quite frankly, the guy deserves to get some action, because everyone else on the team seems to be getting some.
Liking this team more every day.
Next we have Superboy and Miss Martian. These two have been in love with one another almost from the beginning, or at least Miss Martian liked Superboy straight away and he grew to love her because she's kind of adorable.
That chick gets me. And really, that's all you need. Someone who sees the psycho that you are and likes you anyway.
Yeah. You're like an evil genius.
Word.
So they have definitely slept together, although in the first season Miss Martian is 48 years old and Superboy is only a few months old, so this is a little weird, but since biologically speaking they were in the late teens, it seems like it's okay.
Though she's a biological adolescent by Martian standards, she was born 48 Earth years ago.
So what is the deciding factor? Chronology or biology? Take Superboy.
Exactly. He's less than a year old. Does he have to wait 17 more to stand beside us?
When they broke up, Miss Martian started dating the Goon Boy, and Superboy dated no one, as he was still in love with Miss Martian.
Here, let me.
If that's not true love, I don't know what is. Chum.
Call me when it's time for the briefing.
But Miss Martian and Lagoon Boy have no doubt got busy together. I mean, if you've got a shapeshifter, it's gonna happen. Every fantasy, it's gonna happen. Though at the end of Season 2, Miss Martian had broken up with Lagoon Boy and was about to go back to dating Superboy.
This isn't going well. I'm sorry.
You're sorry. I'm the one getting dumped.
And so, moving towards Season 3, it seems 100% that Superboy and Miss Martian are definitely dating. The other main relationship in the group is Kid Flash and Artemis, who actually hated one another to begin with.
The Wall Man is here! Now let's get this party started! Ted?
Wallman, huh? I love the uniform. What exactly are your powers?
Who's this?
Artemis, your new teammate.
Kid Flash, never heard of you.
But then, over time, grew to tolerate one another, then fond of one another, and finally started dating.
I should have done this a long time ago.
No kidding.
They have only dated one another as far as we know and haven't dated anyone else. And in the second season of Young Justice, they live together, so it's pretty clear they're knocking boots. At the end of Season 2, the third Robin, Tim Drake, had started dating Wonder Girl.
Arsenal was always more of a solo act, and the others are getting out of the game. Since when are Tim and Cassie a couple?
Since Wally, it's kind of a life is short thing.
It gave Cassie the courage to kiss him.
And it seems pretty hard to believe that two people as attractive as them have not had sex. And as far as we know, they have again only been with each other. There's also Red Arrow, who isn't a member of the team for long, and we don't know his dating history, as nothing is really mentioned or hinted at about his dating in the past. But he is married to Cheshire in Season 2, and the two of them have a daughter together.
There wasn't room in your life for anything else or anyone. Not me, and not our daughter.
We have a daughter.
Leon Wen Harper.
And there's only one way to make a baby, so they have definitely been together. And much like the others, we have nothing to indicate that they have ever been with anybody else. Next is Bumblebee and the third Guardian, Mal Duncan, who have been dating since high school and don't appear to have been with anyone else. And finally, we have the most prolific dater, Robin/Nightwing. As Robin, Dick Grayson immediately likes Zatanna.
My daughter, Zatanna.
Hi, I'm Robin. I'm Robin.
And later on, he even says that they have a history together.
The more impressive trick is how you got something so specific from Zatanna, without revealing who or what it was for.
We have a history, dog.
So they definitely have had some alone time. Along with Zatanna, Dick Grayson has also dated Rocket, or at least this is what Zatanna implies in the comics when she asks how Dick Grayson is still friends with all his exes, and then Dick Grayson gets a birthday kiss from Rocket. And though it is possible that she was only referring to herself, it makes more sense that she was talking about Rocket as well. And in the timeline, this dating took place between Season 1 and Season 2, which makes sense because obviously in Season 1, Robin was still a kid. I should also say that in the main DC comics, Rocket is a single mother, and in the Young Justice tie-in, Bumblebee says she wants to see the latest pictures of Amistad. Though it's never said who Amistad is, in the main comics is the name of her son, so it makes sense that this is Rocket's son in the Young Justice universe as well. So basically, Rocket has a child, though we don't know who the father is. Rocket's also engaged in the second season of Young Justice, though we never are told who she's engaged to.
To absent friends.
To absent friends.
And to the bride.
To the bride!
You're getting married, girl!
I know!
In the comics, the father of her son was a man named Noble, who hasn't been seen in the Young Justice universe so far, so she may be engaged to him, but it could also be someone else. Personally, I'd like it to be Cyborg, but before the accident that made him Cyborg, back when he was Vic Stone, then at their wedding, supervillains would attack and he gets injured, and subsequently because of this, gets turned into Cyborg and joins the team. But that's just what I would like to happen, and I have no evidence that it will happen. But be sure to let us know in the comments who you think Rocket is engaged to, and who you want Rocket to be engaged to. Remember the girl in Season 1 who welcomed Artemis to Gotham Academy?
Artemis, I'm Bet, your new student liaison. Welcome to Gotham Academy.
Thanks, I'm Artemis. But you knew that.
We'll laugh about this someday.
Who's that?
A freshman. Ignore him.
Well, Dick Grayson has spent the night with her as well. It was a one-night stand on the eve of his birthday and is mentioned in the comics. And the last girl that Dick Grayson has slept with is Batgirl, who he has dated before, and apparently they spend his birthday night together each year. The only reason they aren't dating is because Batgirl says that Dick Grayson is a dog and just not ready for her yet. And that is all the relationships that we know of in the show. Do you think there's anyone I've missed? And what do you want to happen to the team's relationships in Season 3? Personally, I think Aqualad deserves a love interest. He's quite a catch, but never seems to get a break when it comes to women. I'm also interested to see if they have any gay or bi members on the team. As I've said, Young Justice deals with sophisticated themes, and it would be really interesting to see them deal with the issues of bisexuality and gay themes, because gay themes and bisexuality just don't get talked about in cartoons, especially superhero cartoons. And it would be really interesting to see them deal with it, because in the real world, kids do have to deal with these issues, and seeing it in a cartoon can kind of help. Plus, it would just be really interesting to see if they could go to that level. But that's just my opinion. Though if you'd also like to see those issues dealt with in the show, let us know in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching, and feel free to subscribe, share, like, and comment.